Hey, what's up team? So today we're going to be diving into the latest patch notes for patch 2.30. There's a lot to cover with the new Starbloom Festival, our new arc boss is coming, and some various balance adjustments. So let's break it down. So maintenance starts at 10:30 p.m. PT on March 26th and should last about 4.5 hours. And after that, we're getting the new Starbloom Festival, which runs from March 27th to April 16th, bringing some new morph race events, some seasonal goodies, and a new rainbow sheep morph, a new outfit, and some new weapon skins. If you've done any of the other seasonal events, this will be pretty familiar to you. So let's go over the new seasonal event. So morph races. You'll be able to complete any of the 3 events for Starbloom coins, and the races include the Wild Dash, Rapids Rush, and Skyborn Challenge. And once completed, you can get 10 coins per week. Additional rewards will be converted to Stellarite. You can use these coins to trade in for titles, the new Dash morph we covered, a bunch of new food, where the skewers give you a temporary increase in evasion, skill damage resistance, and CC resistance. The fish nugget gives you a temporary buff in movement speed and attack speed. Marble candy gives buffs in critical hit and damage rates, as well as you can get mastery seal, precious ore selection chests, and precious polished crystals. The Starbloom mochi gives a temporary bonus for Solent weapon mastery experience and abyssal contract token efficiency. So this is probably a 50% bonus to each. So a really good token burning food buff. We'll have some new daily check-in rewards. Each day logging in during the event will receive the following rewards: Starbloom coins for participating in the races, Starbloom petals, which you can acquire from fishing, and rice flour, which you'll acquire from Amatoy expeditions. We'll also be getting another round of drops, so be sure to get your watch hours in to acquire some extra ornate coins. Following that, we'll get our new arc bosses, Deluzhnoa and Giant Cordy. Deluzhnoa drops on March 29th, and shortly after, Giant Cordy on April 2nd. So we're getting our new season of Arena and Dimensional Trials, which starts after maintenance, which it seems like you might be able to earn some new unique morphs and titles. And we have a few Dimensional Trial changes here. They've added the ability to use the party matchmaking to form Dimensional Trial groups, and Dimensional Trials will now drop Epic Runes, which are the purple runes, and have received additional loot table updates. I'm not exactly sure if we're getting new items added or if the previous items are getting their drops updated. It would be nice to see the missing tier 2 gear that we were supposed to have in dungeons added to Dimensional Trials. I wish they would have listed what exactly this change covered, but we'll have to wait and see. We have our new world boss adjustments, as mentioned in the latest Tico Talks. You can check out my previous update video where I go over everything listed in the latest update for Tico Talks, if you want to know everything that covers. So as of 320, Dominion bosses slowly lose HP over time after 20 minutes, until they reach 10% HP. Also, with the addition of this change, the previous 30% HP reduction to Dominion HP has been removed. The wait timer for the Arc Boss portal when entering has been reduced from 5 minutes to 1 minute, and we have the new Deluzhnoa and Giant Cordy respective fragments, which can also be obtained from Amatoy and fishing just like the Tevin and Queen Bell frags. Guild portals try to matchmake earlier than Dominion or Peace now, at the 3-minute mark, allowing players who fail to find a guild portal match time to participate in one of the other ones. This is a great change. Now let's go over some general changes. We have an arena change, where it seems like the arena opponents' names will be anonymous now until the result screen. Some world and cooking bug fixes, a change to the Twisted Laboratory dungeon, where they've added numbers for the fear mechanic. This should definitely help alleviate some issues players are having clearing this dungeon, as I know it wasn't very clear how many people needed to stand in the purple circle. Hopefully this gives a little bit more direction. We have some item changes and a targeting adjustment, where they've updated tab targeting again to hopefully improve the target logic based on proximity and direction from your character. We have some solo dungeon or Hall of Illusion changes. So they've improved the Hall of Illusion rewards by replacing the rare tier runes with epic tier runes, the purple ones, artifacts, and replacing the tier 1 equipment chest with tier 2 tokens, so your tier 2 loyalty tokens. And tier 5 now has a chance of dropping Nebula Island accessories. This is a pretty good change, hopefully dropping the Nebula accessories down in the auction house, and maybe allowing more players to get some of their BIS accessories. They've adjusted the HP difficulty for 1 and 2, for the bosses specifically, and they've added a new lifesteal effect for tier 1s through 4 to increase health healing. And we have a bunch of changes to Umbracon, where he's had his defensive skill timing for tier 5 to better reflect the tier 1s through 4 version. They've slightly increased the time available before Umbracon uses his execution skill in tier 5, And they've changed the execution skill in tier 1 through 4 to deal damage instead of be an instant death effect. And here are the longbow changes that they mentioned in the last Tico Talks update, where the deadly marker cooldown reduction effect no longer stacks. So if you have multiple deadly markers applied to the target, only one of them is actually going to give you cooldown reduction, because this effect is no longer going to be stacking. Pretty big change for bow users here. And to compensate, we have some bow buffs. So Zephyr's Knock had a 20% damage versus monster effect. Decisive Sniping had its bombardment increased damage bonus against NPCs from 60 to 85. Brutal Arrow added an additional 100% damage to NPCs. And Strifing increased the damage bonus against monster or NPC targets from 15 to 25. We have a wand change here, where Curse Explosion improved the hit detection for instant damage, and some UI updates, where in the auction house, lithographs are getting their own dedicated tab. They've added the ability to hide some HUD elements, which is a great change. I've had to stack a bunch of HUD elements I don't want to see underneath my map, so I'm definitely going to be utilizing this. And some UI changes, where they've added an icon indicator for targets, like humanoid constructs, wildkin, etc. to the target UI. And they've added some additional highlighting on target of target nameplates to improve the indication of your sub-targets. And the Ornate Coin had a missing text bug fix. So that's pretty much it for the 2.30 update. There was a lot to unpack here, and it's pretty clear the devs are aiming to address some community feedback, which is always a good sign. As always, thanks for watching. Consider leaving a like or a sub, as it really helps out the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.